Hello there folks, RJB here from RJB TV, and we are returning yet again for more Gensay against Byul, and we're finally, after 12 games, returning to the matchup that I think is the best between these two. Terran against Protoss. Gensay here on his main race, Protoss, the red Protoss, and the other side of the map, we got Byul here on the name Gensay on the blue Terran. And this is going to be hype, because a Terran main at the professional level, and a Protoss main at the almost professional level. Gensay is himself pretty damn good at normal maps as well. Yeah, I really think, I'm really looking forward to these Protoss against Terran games more than I am looking forward to Protoss against Zerg or Terran against Zerg. Because as history has shown so far, and specifically this series has shown so far, we have one single Zerg win, and we've had, I think, if I'm correct, 12 games with a Zerg in it. One draw though, which is almost a win. But we have one win for Zerg in 12 games. And that just goes to show that Zerg really is just pathetically weak on fastest map compared to a Terran and a Protoss at this level of play. Because these players just know how to kill a Zerg quick and easy. There are too many different things a Zerg has to keep track of in order to survive. Too many mistakes that cannot be made in order to survive, that the advantage for Protoss and Terran as the game goes on just keeps growing and growing. Unless you reach like the 20-minute and beyond point in the game, Terran and Protoss are just stronger for a very long time. But Protoss against Terran, it's much more even, as we've seen before. In the first 4 games, we had mostly Terran wins, and I believe 1 or 2 Protoss wins. So Terran so far has been doing the best out of every single race that so far has been put to the test. And to lay this discussion to rest, we're now going to see these two trying their best to beat each other up in this match. They haven't found each other yet. It's a cross-map situation. Gensay is going for an early game build order. Early game build order is not that great in cross-map situations, so I'm going to say that the situation as it is looking now is in favor of Byul, purely because cross-map, a lot of distance to travel, and it takes a long time for Gensay to find out what Byul is doing. Byul is going for double factory build order. He's getting Vultures first. Now, Vultures are not that strong against Dragoons, but Gensay here stops producing Dragoons, and he's going for a Citadel of Adun. And he put some Dragoons back into the gateways, but might he go for very fast Dark Templars here? Still hasn't found... Okay, he found the Vultures. He knows where Byul is on the map. Vultures are absolutely terrible against Dragoons, but he is getting add-ons. He's got Marines in the front, building a bunker. Only 2 Marines here, though. And Gensay is going to ignore those Marines and walk right into the base. He's got 2 tanks there on the way. Vulture there arrives in Gensay's base, and he's got no protection for his probes. But well, he's got protection now. He's wearing some strong protection. Dragoon Magnum 05, supersized. He's got the protection there for his Vultures. Vultures are not going to penetrate through all the way into the backside and hurt some probes. Dragoons here, though, are doing some lethal amounts of damage. I said that the early game build order did not favor Gensay, but Gensay here is putting Byul to the test. Losing a lot of Marines, some SCVs, not a lot of SCVs, he lost a couple of SCVs, but not a lot of them. But losing any SCV whatsoever at all is kind of a painful situation, but he's got a command center finished up, and Gensay does not. So if Byul can prevent any further damage, he should be able to recover pretty quick and then build himself a lead economically over Gensay. But Gensay is already planning on catching up, or preventing that from happening because he's getting his own Nexus. He's got his shuttles there, while Robotics, Citadel, Support Bay, and Templar's Archive there on the top corner. Not sure whether Byul scouted that with his vultures. He's keeping the front tightly secured with a nice little pylon wall and Dragoons functioning as makeshift cannons to keep those vultures out. Byul might not go for a counterattack or a timing attack, because that little bit of damage he just took might have prevented a timed attack from Byul onto Gensay, and he might instead go for a purely defensive build order here. Like in the first couple of games where Byul went for mech, he was going for a really aggressive approach. This time around, I don't think that's going to be the case. I think he's going to play it more passively. I might be wrong, it's just my gut feeling. I believe he's going to play it more passively and aim for a post 10-minute win instead of a pre 10-minute win. Throws are coming up on the sides, getting Commencer number 3, and Commencer number 3 more or less confirms what I was feeling. It more or less confirms, also getting Goliaths with Goliath range to snipe the shuttles out of the air. Definitely going for a defensive turtle strategy. Gensay is going to be on the offense. He's going to be on the offense unopposed, more or less, like he's not going to be facing counter attacks. But he's going to have to do some real damage really quick with those shuttle drops flying across the map, or with those mass gateway attacks. He's getting more gateways, 6 in total. He's planning on adding more zealots into the mix. He's only staying on 1 robotics. Well, that is a robotics in the front actually, so he's getting another robotics. He's got an observatory for observers. And he's got still on double nexus. Build there on triple command center, triple factory, 2 machine shops, so we can build 2 tanks at a time and 1 Goliath, or maybe just Goliaths all the time. He's getting level 1 attack there for his mech. The mech attack, flying around the front there. Tries to avoid being spotted out by the mines, but he still gets spotted out by the mines, so Byul knows this is coming in. Gonna fly in over the right side. Turrets in between, Goliath in between as well. Gensay might... Oh, scan on the high ground. That looked a little bit sus. I think the shuttle showed itself right here. And then he knew the shuttle was on the high ground. So it showed itself for a short little momentary moment. A split second. And a very smart scan forces the shuttle away. Gensay unable to get himself in there. There's enough turrets on the high ground. The Dragoon first really slowed down his ability to drop. And against Byul, you really do need to hit him early and hard. You need to hit him early and you need to hit him hard. Because oftentimes, if you don't hit him early, and don't damage him early, he's going to just cruise into a late game where he plays very smart and controlled, as I said before in earlier videos, with a lot of self-restraint. Shuttles here gets spotted out by a vulture. He's got mind control on the way and observer speed as well. Tries to find himself a way into the base there, but there's vision everywhere on the high ground. Scans being used as well. Flies to the front side, tries to fly over the front, gonna storm the tank, and the Dark Templars made it in. But Byul should have more scans left in the comsat, so he's gonna take down that Dark Templar with ease, gets taken down, gets sniped. And Gensay's attempts at trying to do something so far have not really done much. He hasn't really done much, but he's trying to do something, but not really succeeding. Byul is handling everything like an actual boss. Who's now moving out with vision from the observer. Mines no longer an obstruction, just something that's going to slow him down and slow down the inevitable attack that will happen in the very near future. Got 4 or 5 tanks in the front now. The mines being cleared, of course, means that Byul knows Dragoons are on the move. Should be able to build a response to that. Got Arbiter on the way there for Gensay, most likely going for a recall mind control. I've seen Gensay do this before a couple of times, where he gives up on drops pretty quick, pretty early. Like if his first 2 drops fail, he gives up on drops and switches over into just advancing his base and his technology as fast as he humanly can to try and stay ahead of the Terran that way. The downside is, though, the Terran can build up really fast, just like this as well. It's kind of like both players have made somewhat of an agreement not to fight, but to just build and build and build. And whoever then is the best at mid-game and late-game will win the fight. And Byul, being a former professional or semi-professional Terran, who has played in the top 28 in the world, I have a pretty bad feeling about this for Gensay. But Gensay is the fastest map master. Even though he's behind in a score, 6 against 10, even though he's behind, he really does know how to make a Protoss work. He has a lot of tricks up his sleeve. We've seen him use a lot of tricks already so far in this best of 41. We've seen him use a lot of different tricks, a lot of different strategies, technologies, a lot of smart mind games, and also a lot of solid macro. Which is one thing I want to see more of from him. Just solid, basic, fundamental play. That is really where Gensay shines the most. But I feel that Gensay oftentimes feels the need to play more interesting than he might have to. Maybe to entertain viewers, maybe just to entertain himself. Maybe just to entertain himself. But more basic play, straightforward, less trickery. I really think that's where Gensay is the absolute best. Maybe not the very best, but definitely one of the best. So orders are on the way. Recall is almost finished up. He's preparing that Dark Archon mind control recall setup with a pretty big mass attack mixed in. He's going to go for a mass frontal attack. Look for an SCV on the sides. Maybe in the back. And recall it out back home. Go Byul, though. Byul is also moving out. He's going to meet that army of Gensay in the middle. Because Byul is maxed out himself. He's got level 1 attack finished up. Level 2 attack there almost finished up as well. Level 1 armor there for the tanks. Soon also ready to be participating in the fight. Storms once. Dragoon Zealots there trying to hit and break through. He's actually making some progress there with those level 110 upgrades there on Dragoons. He went for armor, shield, no attack damage. And level 2 attack there for the tanks is finished up. Level 1 armor should now finish up as well. Got stasis there coming on the way. Level 1, level 3 attack and 2 armor are immediately queued up there for Byul. Instantly. During the fighting itself, he instantly gets another upgrade. That is a really, really great awareness of what's happening in his own base, with his own upgrades, with his own spending, and with his own strategy. That's really impressive. Immediately got the next upgrade. Level 1 attack finishing up for Gensay very soon. He really is going to need it against pretty strong fighting force from Gensay, from Byul. From Byul now progressing towards the choke. There's a lot of gateways here. Arbor is also finished up. They don't yet have stasis ready. Maybe they do. I mean, the energy for stasis, they do have the upgrade, but not yet the energy. Vessels there checking and looking in the front, scanned ahead as well. He's gonna flank this. Mines are taking down some Dragoons and Zealots, teaching up there in the pathway. Templars on the high ground. Templars storming almost everything. Templars doing a lot of damage, reducing the HP bars of those tanks quite significantly. But it looks like Gensay's army is a little bit too small to definitively break through this, and more tanks and Goliaths and Vultures are coming from across the map. That's exactly what I meant. Gensay is really good at that mid-late game gameplay. And Gensay might have shot himself in the foot a little bit too much with his early game strategy. Just fell behind economically. He's got less probes than Byul has SCVs, which means of course less money. He's producing really hard as fast as he can. Has to keep on sending those units in. But the upgrades for Byul are really, particularly, excellently good. He's still in 1-1-1 against 2-1-1-2. It's production is just off the charts. He's got so many factories. He's now adding on more factories. I've got a feeling that Gensay is just going to lose this without really getting the opportunity to shine. He's building a proxy gateway base there on the side. Did not get scouted yet. Byul now setting up his tanks inside the choke, pushing Gensay even further back. Gensay is losing ground. He's spending all of his minerals as fast as he can. Level 2 shield is finished. Level 2 armor should finish soon as well. Goes in, gonna try to stasis on something. What he can stasis, I don't know. There's not really any great options. Gets 3 tanks and a vulture. Looks kind of like a weak stasis. He's got a Vessel there on the scene as well, giving vision. Arbiter not really of much use. And actually, the stasis in the front there is helping Byul by walling off part of the choke and making the space to walk through even smaller, which definitely does not work out in favor of those Dragoons and Zealots. While the Arbiter, they're going in for another stasis. Which one is he going to stasis? In the back or in the front? Decides against using stasis for now, waiting for... He did get into the base, but I don't think he achieved anything in the base. See your Corsair there in the back of Byul's base. This just looks like a miserable game from Gensay. Byul just really good on Terran against Protoss with the mech build order. I think he actually has the very best 2-factory gameplay out of anyone I've seen on Fastest before. Even better than Mong, even better than Brain, even better than Gensay, even better than Light and Flash. Byul also has a lot more experience on Fastest. And it shows he really just... He's reading Gensay like a book. He's making Protoss look weak in the hands of a master like Gensay. This is really weird to watch. Usually Gensay has such an amazing Protoss, but here it's just not working out. It's just not working out. Either he doesn't have his head in the game, either he's not focused to the fullest, or Byul is just that amazing at making Terran against Protoss look that easy. Here we go. Game number... Let me check the number. Game number 19 or win number 18. And they're right next to each other. Let's see what the colors are. I got blue against blue. Let's do red versus blue. Gensay on the red Terran. Is he going to have a better showing than in the last game? So far, Protoss has not looked strong against either of these players. Whenever one of these two players is on Terran, their Terran just looks stronger than Protoss, which sounds very weird, because historically speaking, and even statistically speaking, it is a fact that Protoss wins way more games than Terrans. But these two players, it does not apply to these two. These two players are just better on Terran than their opponent is on Protoss, and it's really surprising to see. Because I always thought that Gensay was primarily a Protoss player, whereas Byul is primarily a Terran player. But likewise, both players taking wins against Protoss, which is impressive. Takes a lot of skill to so consistently and so convincingly, so one-sidedly and so decisively beat a Protoss with Terran, time and time and time again. Now this game might be rather short because they are right next to each other. Byul is doing a Gateway Nexus build order, whereas Gensay is doing Barracks, Barracks, Barracks build order, going for an early rush, and they do meet each other there in the choke. Gensay might go for a bunker in the front, might just try to prevent cannons from being built in the front. Marine already on the way, going across the map. The pilot in the front will spot that Marine. Probe there also, of course, saw the Marine as it returns back home. See, they're running in circles. Marine will meet the Zealot. Can the Zealot protect the choke? and secure that the cannons will finish in the front, or not. Gensay actually was a little bit slow with his second supply depot, and he was supply blocked for a short little while, so he will have less Marines on the scene to participate in breaking down Byul's defenses. So for now, it's going to be one Marine there in the back, running in circles, and some micro fighting here happening on the middle between Zealots that are beating up Marines. The control here from Minchel, well, now it's okay. The control earlier was a little bit lacking, lost more than he should. Marine in the back went down. Marines in the middle overstep a little bit. I really like Byul is so aggressively posturing with that Zealot. Keeps pushing Gensay back tiny little bits every time he tries to approach. Now Gensay is doing something interesting. He's going for 5 barracks, early academy, double academy. That's 2 academies right there. Either he made a mistake, or he's going for range and stim at the same time. Gensay is up to something tricky once again. He's trying to do something funky. He's trying to catch Byul off guard. Byul going for a very fast Dark Templar, so he's got a Citadel on the way. Cannot be anything other than Dark Templar. He's going to try to counter what Gensay is doing. He knows Gensay is feeling feisty. He wants to catch him by surprise with a counterattack. Byul has been playing a lot with Dark Templars on Protoss today. And Dark Templars worked out once, and all the other times either of these 2 players went for Dark Templars, they didn't do too much. Didn't really work out all that well. Still dancing back and forth. He keeps on checking on what the amount of Marines is. More cannons coming up in the front. Double Robo, triple cannon, triple Zealot. Citadel of Adun is finished up. He's going for both range and stim at the same time. Medics are still staying behind. He doesn't want to give away the fact he already has medics. He wants to keep Byul somewhat in the dark. But there's some hope in the dark, but not for Byul. There's hope in the dark for Gensay. Gensay's got stim and range. Marines, Firebats, and medics are on the scene, and he stims right in, gonna try to break through that choke. Firebats there, getting taken down pretty quick. Marines in the back. Cells have done their job, buying some time. Marines are not gonna win. More Firebats and Marines coming in though. The Firebats gonna change the pace, change the fate, change the course of this game. Arrives here in the front, breaking through the entire frontal choke, and the choke is down, and now he's going for the backside. We've got no cannons in the backside, we've got no Templars Archive, so he is not going for Dark Templars after all. Double Reaver there on the way. Shoulder goes into the high ground where it is protected from Marines. Pylon in the front, taken down. Templars Archive on the way in the back. Cannons almost finished up, but Marines are coming in, ready to take down those cannons. Gensay and Byul, both absolute Terran masters. Look at him just mowing down the competition. This isn't even a fight. This isn't even a challenge. Gensay asserts his own dominance once again over Byul, making us all of the second guessers, including myself, making it known, showing it to us, that yes, Gensay is pretty damn good on that Terran. Even pulling most of his SCVs to build turrets here on the scene to make sure the Dark Templars are not gonna do a damn thing. That was game number 19, and win number 18, or number 7, goes to Gensay. So 7-11 now. 7-11. Things might be evening up. Although there's still a 4-win difference, percentually speaking, the percentage is now getting better and better for Gensay. So now game number 3 of today. More Protoss against Terran, and so far, Protoss against Terran has been hype, and Protoss has not been allowed to succeed against Terran. Protoss has been absolutely getting demolished, destroyed, blasted into outer space by the amount of skill these players have on Terran. Protoss, the strongest race and fastest? No. Terran is the real MVP. The real strongest race and fastest is Terran in the hands of a master, a grand master. A super grand master of StarCraft fastest map. Gensay and Byul. Byul here back on the magenta Terran. Gensay here on the other side of the map on the red Protoss. This is gonna be a fun exchange between these two behemoths of 1v1 Protoss against Terran. Byul, once again, decides to go for refinery first and a supply depot. That means he's gonna go for double factory yet again. He's been using this build order in most of his Terran against Protoss games, and so far it has all been working out really well, particularly well. It's just been excellent in dealing with Gensay's Protoss. Gensay this time around is playing it a little bit more safe, goes for Gateway Forge, not going to go for Dragoons this time around, and he's not going to go for a Nexus either. He's going to go for early gas, so he's still up to his own tricky build orders and not going for the more standard build orders. I mean, I do like the creativity and the wide variety of Gensay's build orders, but if it means that he's going to lose time and time again, then in that case, I do not like it. I like it if it works. I do like the attempt being made at playing outside the box in Protoss against Terran. But it's just the fact that playing standard just has a higher chance of success, in my opinion. Maybe not against Byul's Terran, though. Maybe against Byul's Terran, you need to do something tricky. You need to catch him by surprise. You need to catch him off guard. You need to show him something he hasn't seen before in order to beat him. Maybe that is what Gensay's thinking. The Cybercore finished up. Robo or it's a Citadel before a Robo. Maybe he's going for Dark Templars. Maybe he's going for early shuttle drop. Not really sure what he's going to do. Going to add some cannons to the front. He has not gone into Byul's base yet, so he doesn't know it is vultures. And against vultures, you really do need to wall the front quite well. He's getting his robo in the back, not in the front. Getting gateway number 2 as well. And now he's going to get his Templar's Archive, isn't he? Or is he going to go for a Nexus? Not quite sure what that probe is going to do. Templar's Archive is. It's a Templar's Archive. We're probably gonna see Dark Templars. Not sure if Dark Templars are really gonna do much against Vultures and Mines. He's getting an Academy, no, an Armory, no Academy. So actually this might work because there's no detection for Byul yet, anytime soon. He either needs an Academy, which he's building now, he's building an Academy right now, or he needs an Engineering Bay. Both of those are the only ways of really protecting against Dark Templars. Support bay there on the way in the back. And 2 Dark Templars are on the way. After gateway number 3 finishes, he might get Dark Templar number 3. He might not, but I do think he will. Vultures have not yet placed mines, but they are almost finishing mine upgrade. So mines will soon be placed over the middle. Dark Templars need a shuttle to go across the map. The shuttle doesn't have shuttle speed yet, but is now on the way. It's too early for shuttle speed to be even finished. Academy finished up. Still no... Oh, he's got an engineering bay now as well. So 2 factory, getting mine siege, getting level 1 attack very early. He's going to rely on his micro, not getting a scan yet. Shuttle gets spotted out by the vultures. He's gonna get a scan right now, and turrets as well. He knows this is Dark Templars. You cannot have a Reaver out this fast. You cannot have High Templars with Storm out this fast. He knows it's Dark Templars sneaking in. He's pulling all of his units back to the turret. They're in the back. He's got Goliath finished up to snipe the shuttle out of the air. Goliath gets taken down. And turret on the side also not safe from harm. Got Scan in the back, but Scan not yet finished yet. And he's splitting up his Dark Templars to ensure that one Scan cannot kill both of them. Byul is going to need 2 scans to seal the deal. Shuttle returning back home over the middle, within vision of Byul. Byul has not tried to build mass vultures to run through the choke, which is something he often does, but this time around he didn't decide to do that. Dark Templar on the side, making sure no turrets being built there on the side. The other Dark Templar is hunting for individual units outside of turret vision. Although now he's keeping it on the downside there on the bottom. Engineering base floating so it cannot be killed. I think Byul knows Gensay is coming from the bottom side because he's got vision on the top side with his vultures. And he didn't see the shuttle coming from the left side. It means he's coming from the bottom side. He's got 3 Goliaths hunting down the shuttle. Shuttle Reaver Michael there on the scene. Shuttle not really achieving much. The shuttle is gonna get taken down. Reaver unloads. Kills 1 Goliath. Dark Temples are trying to kill and hit. Gets 1 more Goliath. He's achieving something. Gets pulled into... Oh, another shuttle there arriving on the scene. It is more Dark Templars. But there's... Oh, the tank micro there. Oh, he micros himself into a corner. He can't escape. Now the Dark Temples are hitting everything they can, taking out the turrets. He still has the scans there in the back. SVs are not safe from harm. He's got tanks almost finishing up there from the factories. He's surrounding the SCVs, gets his scan off, but more Dark Temples are joining in. Tank immediately gets taken down as he's walled off in between SCVs. Unlucky spawn. There's another scan there though. Siege tank kills the Dark Templar. Armory in danger of going down. Will the upgrade finish? Yes, the upgrade finished just in time. So at least he has the upgrade. Another shuttle there already coming in. Reaver, Dark Templar, what's inside? 1 Goliath that's using the shuttle. Shuttle unloads. Templar on the scene. Templar storms. Double Templar getting a couple of SCV kills. I think he got about 7. Not game ending. But so far, Gensay's trickery, his tricky setups, his tricky strategies, his micro-intense multitasking. So far, it's paid off a little bit this game. He's been managing to bring the pain into Byul's house, and Byul is not appreciating it. Shuttle comes in, so they gotta take it down. He's gonna have to unload the High Templar, but can't. Just a little bit short of being able to unload and storm on the SCVs. Close game so far, but Gensay, this is the kind of Gensay I like. He's playing a tricky gameplay. He's doing tricky strategies that are difficult to do, hard to orient, hard to juggle and coordinate. But it's also somewhat within the realm of standard build orders. It's somewhat within the realm of standard. But it's like on the edge between standard and completely improvising a new build order. Because I also have not seen Gensay do this before, but he's making it work. It's fresh, it's different. It's difficult to do. Templars unloading, Templar storming on a tank in the back. Tank does stay alive, and it might get repaired. Might start clearing out the map very soon as well. He's on 44 probes, he's on 1 Nexus. This probe production has been non-stop. In order to have 44 probes at 9 minutes, you have to non-stop produce probes. Coming in over the left side, shuttle taking heavy damage. Templars do unload, Templars largely missing the storms. The Archon is morphing, the orbital attack happening as well, but there's more mines there in the middle, in the pathway. Gonna try to break through, there's only 2 Marines. That is not a wall, and he walks right through. He gets on top of the tanks. Vultures do assist in trying to keep those tanks alive, but the tanks will definitely go down. He's broken through, the 2 Marines inside the bunker, not doing too much damage, but they are at least helping out. And Gensay is breaking through. Is either in the front going to build a new supply depot to try to keep those Dragoons out. The Dragoons move themselves into the spot where the supply depot will be built. And now Shuttle comes in over the bottom side as well. Byul sees it coming in, tries to snipe it out of the air with the Goliaths. It unloads the High Templar. High Templar storms on the SCVs, and the SCVs do get taken. It gets 9. or 11. He's breaking through the front door as well. This is beautifully done from Gensay. He's outpacing Byul. Byul is playing this really well himself. His awareness is insane. His micro is so damn good. Gensay with a very solid macro. This is probably the best we've seen Gensay play so far today. This is his very best game in my opinion. It's clean, it's accurate, it's risky, and it is paying off. Oh, that mine almost exposed on the tanks. It has to pull back now though. Wait for reinforcements, which are coming across the map on 52 probes already against 37 SCVs there from Byul. Byul has almost no gas left in the bank. He's trying to recover there. He's got no choke. The entrance is wide open. And the entrance being wide open makes this game much easier for Gensay, because now he can spread out his units all over Byul's base. And Byul is going to have to spread his army out so thinly that he will not be able to stay alive for much longer. It is now a race against time for both players. Gensay has to end this fast and make sure Byul doesn't grow too big. Somebody gets sniped before. Oh, drop. Kills. I think he killed 3 or 4 or 5 SCVs. He's losing supply depots on the side. That's a lot of... Oh, another storm comes down. Kills. Oh, it kills exactly half. From 39 down... Well, from 30 down to 11. So double storm in the back. That's disastrous for Byul. Now 19 SCVs against 55 probes. Reaver crawling across the map as slow as it possibly can. I think it might be the second slowest unit, maybe slower than an Overlord even. I'm not sure which is slower, Overlord or Reaver. I do know it's pretty damn slow. As I said before, no choke. Gensay can go on the right side, can go in the middle, can go on the left side. Wherever he wants to go, he's going to kill structures and peel away at Byul's defenses slowly over time, and then decisively end it once and for all. He got 100 supply more than Byul. Comes in with his army there. It's only, I think, about 6 tanks left alive. Make it 5, make it 4, 3 to go. There's 2 more on the menu. After that, 1 left to go in the back. No tanks left alive. Pretty much no army left alive. He cannot even build a new army. A Reaver falling forward very slowly. This is gonna go right, like it's taken down. It didn't do anything at all, but the Reaver at least got the participation prize. As he's there in the back, gets stormed to death, and Byul calls GG. Gensay wins game number 20. So he's evening up the scores. That's 2 wins in a row for Gensay. That is impressive. He won one of the very first Protoss against Terran games. He's beaten Byul at his own game. He's beaten Byul's mech build order with a very impressively unique build order that seems to be very high maintenance. Also, I have to log back into Battle.net because Battle.net kicked me out. I'm back in. I do have to find the replay again though. So this might take a little... couple seconds. It's annoying when Battle.net just decides to kick you out. Alright. Game number 21. Loading up. It's loading up. Once again, same spawn locations. This time around, we got a swap of races. Byul on the Protoss, Gensay on the Terran. Who is gonna win this one? Is Gensay gonna get himself win number 3 and really even up the score with only 2 wins left to go to get the even score? Or is Byul gonna get win number 12 and get himself back into a stronger lead over Gensay? Gensay, he just cannot seem to play standard build orders. He's once again going for a tricky cheese, going for double barrack bunker rush. Or as the Koreans call it, BBS, standing for Barrack Supply Depot. Barrack Supply Depot. The question now is, of course, going to be, will Byul go for Nexus first, or is he going to go for double gateway? One gateway? Two gateways. Things are already looking good for Byul. Pile number 2. Yeah, 2 gateway is well, historically speaking, statistically speaking, factually speaking, and objectively and subjectively speaking, and based on my opinion and observation and deduction, I've induced that 2 gateway is pretty good against BBS. Don't take my word for it though, I just used a lot of big words for no reason to sound smart. But reality is, I'm just going off of my gut feeling. BBS should not be that strong against double gateway gas. Byul has a surprise for Gensay. He's mixing things up and going for tricky, micro, intense, multitask, early aggression build orders himself now as well. Sphere arrives on the scene. Zealots also finished up. Gensay is in trouble. He's been scouting with 3 SCVs, a lot of Marines as well. There's not much here back at home. Getting a refinery now. He's gonna have to retreat. Although that one Marine is gonna do a little bit of tickling. Got 3 probes pulled off the minerals immediately. 3 probes will destroy that one Marine, but it is 3 probes not mining minerals at the moment. Zealous there walking across. He's got a very weak choke. He's got 5 Marines. He's not gonna go for a run by with those Marines to hit the probes in the back. The Marine is still alive here. It's still somehow alive. Now it's dead though. Dragoon range on the way. Double gateway. Got a barrack there being built on the corner. Gonna fly over and go for a fire battle run-in. We got academy there being built there for Gensay. Gas is finished up. He needs bunkers in the front. He's building a bunker in the front. He's retreating his barracks is a little bit further backwards so that they cannot be killed by Dragoons with Dragoon range, because he knows that Byul is going for Dragoon range because he scouted the Cybercore with his Marine. And now the Zealous there though do kind of top the range, but the Marines get into the bunker just in time. Timing is impeccable. It's kind of something I've noticed most of the times. These players just have the exact right timing with more or less everything they do. So we've got 3 SCVs there to repair the bunker. Bill's getting pylons in his corners as he usually does, so his barracks there won't catch him by surprise, but he does not have a forge, and Dragoons are still building. Stim is almost finished up. I do think the Dragoons will finish before the fire bat, but he might have a chance, like a small little time window, to run that fire bat right into the probes. Although Dragoons already returning here, already back on the scene. He's gonna build a box. He's gonna build a box. He's gonna look, the fire bat cannot escape this. Just watch. Watch. Oh no, Byul messed up. He's got 2 more Dragoons in the back. Takes down the fire bat. Marines in the middle though, pushing back the other Dragoons are on the middle, and the Zealots there as well. Robotics on the way there for Byul. Marines are winning the... Are they winning the fight? Yes, they win the fight. Robo being built here on the bottom side. Byul has more trickery up his sleeve. Gonna build the robotics out of Gensay's scannable vision, outside of his sphere of knowledge, although there's a small chance that Gensay will find this, but the chance is so small that I don't think it's gonna happen. He might not even build a shuttle, he might just go for a support bay double reaver and crawl to the front door. Oh, nope. I jinxed it. Shuttle on the way. The Goons have arrived there with their range. Marine range almost finished up. The Goons are attacking the bunker getting repaired. When the Marine range finishes up, the Dragoons should no longer really be an issue. Marine's buying some time. Trying to buy some time. Range finished up. Byul pulls back. Dragoons can no longer damage the bunkers without taking damage themselves. So gateway support bay finished up. Gensay still on 4 barracks. He might go for a counterattack with Mass Marine, and I do think that is going to be pretty strong. Shield is finished up, the Breaver's on the way. So he got Stim, he's got range. He's gonna go for the attack. He's gonna try to end this before Byul can end him. I like this line of reasoning. Great micro there though from Byul with the Dragoons. SCVs are trying to get behind the Dragoons to make sure they can no longer micro backwards. More Dragoons, there's a lot of Dragoons. A lot of Marines as well. SCVs might make a difference. Reaver's almost finished up there from the Robo for Byul. Byul returns all the way back home. Got cannons on the way there because he just built a forge. Gensay goes in with a stim attack. Intense micro is happening right here. Byul, I think this is in... If the cannons in the back finish up, I can see Byul winning this. Medic need to do more healing. He's killing a lot of Marines. Reaver finished up. Reaver flies in. Reaver unloads. Reaver kills the SCVs that are in the back. And Byul has killed the economy harder than the gas crisis did to Europe. And Byul wins yet again. Gensay just trying to be too cheesy. Trying to do too much trickery. And it again does not work out well for him. Let's do one more game. We're only at it. We've only been at it for 45 minutes. These games have largely been very short. Largely been... I mean, pretty much every single game so far has been really short. So let's see Byul against Gensay yet again. We got Zerg against Terran. Who's gonna win? I don't know. But I do have a feeling that because Zerg has not won a lot so far, that Gensay should be pretty comfortable. And I also know the length of the replay, so I know what's gonna happen somewhat. Let's see what's gonna happen right here. Byul, Zerg, Blue Zerg. Or is he gonna... He's Brown Zerg now. He's now the Brown Zerg. He got the White Gensay. On the top middle of the map, on the Terran. I really wanted to see more Protoss against Terran, but... I mean, those games have been a little bit closer, I'd say. Very short still. Like, these players just end their games really quick. Give them a finger, they take your arm. So once again, it is going to be Barrack Supply from Gensay. He's a cheese machine. He is an inventor, innovator, creative mind, entrepreneur, whatever else you can call it. He's just going wild with all kinds of different things. And I hope for him that's going to work out. And honestly, the fact that Byul is going for hatchery in the choke against Barrack Supply, my prognosis is pretty damn bad for Byul. This is like the #1 counter build order to hatchery in the choke. Nothing else is as strong against specifically hatchery in the choke as Barrack Supply. He's got a bunker rush as soon as he finds it. Pull there on the way for Byul. But the Barrack already finished up. Marine is on the way. SVs will soon build a bunker here in the front and take down the choke. Things are looking bad. He already knows that Byul is on the 3 o'clock because he saw the Overlord, sees there's no creep on the 1 o'clock, goes to the 3 o'clock. He's arriving on the scene. Time to tear down the house. So the pool hasn't finished up. Bunker is already halfway done. Got 3 SCVs, 1 Marine, more Marines coming in. Drones are trying to micro, try to kill the Marines, but there's more Marines on the scene. Bunker gonna finish up. I think Byul is gonna call GG right here because this is over. This game is now already over. He's gonna try to intercept Marines on the middle with the drones. Nope, not gonna happen. This is not gonna work. This is over. Very swift and decisive rock, paper, scissors. And Byul took paper. Gensay got scissors. And he scissored him into next week. Just absolutely scissored him into next week. Just no chance of ever beating that rush. Just a pure cheese master. So Gensay gets himself another win. And it's 9 against 12. It seems that the difference is staying at about 3 or 4 or 2 win differential. Let's do one more game. That one was so short. But I just want to do one more before we move on to the second half of this best of set. Although technically that was game number 21. We are already in the second half. We're halfway through. It's been 5 hours so far of casting games. Maybe a little bit, yeah, about 5 hours. We're almost at 5 hours of Gensay against Byul. We're halfway through. Another 5 hours to go. This is absolutely the most insane thing I've decided to do. Doesn't make any sense. Nobody in their right mind would ever decide to cast a best of 41 where 42 games are played. It is insane. Gensay, Pink Zerg, middle right of the map. 3 o'clock spawn location. Here on the 12 o'clock spawn location, top middle of the map, it's Byul on the Terran, master of the Terran. But Gensay, as we've seen before, he's got some tricky moves up his sleeve. Cheeses, weird build orders, weird micro, weird other things. He's got so many tricks and so many different things. He might just catch Byul off guard. There's a chance. It's low, but there is a chance. There definitely is a chance that this might yield some results. But considering he's cheesing yet again, he's going to go for a Zergling speed and a Zergling attack. He's going to have to find Byul pretty quick. And Byul went for Barrack, Depot, Barrack in that exact order. Which means he's going to have pretty early Marines. Pretty early Marines are pretty good against the Zergling attacks. He does need a bunker though, or some really insane micro. But the pool finishes up soon. Hatcher number 2 on the way. This is more kind of a 2v2 build order from Gensay, but he's going to try to make it work in 1v1. You got Zerglings now queued up. 3 of them. Going to get Zergling speed as well very soon. Byul scouting the choke first on the middle right. Finds him. Gets the information. I'm not entirely sure if something in my heart is just thinks that Byul is a little bit suspicious sometimes. It can be luck. It can be stream cheating. But that scout saved the game for him. But based on the fact of what we've seen in prior games before this, Byul has been getting caught off guard a couple of times, but most of the time he's perfectly prepared and perfectly responding to most things, and something in my heart just doesn't like the feeling of it. Because Gensay is streaming, and I don't want to accuse him, but I just have this weird feeling, looking at some of these games so far, that things might not be 100% clean here. Goes for the Academy. Perfectly protecting the Academy because the bunker is spaced and placed perfectly. Byul really is an amazingly smart player. So the dancing back and forth going pretty well. Zergling's not really achieving too much yet. He's getting a choke up in the front though, and got a lair on the way in the back. He's on 12 drones in total, getting hatchery number 4 as well. He'll try to buy time for his choke to construct and build. That's Stim on the way there for Byul. Kind of slow Stim, but he went for Barrack, 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 Barrack. No, Barrack supply, Barrack, Barrack. Usually that slows down your gas, so Academy late as well, Stim late as well. Firebats are under construction. Getting Sunkens there in the front. Byul moving out, returns back home, because he cannot yet take the fight on the middle, or that's what he feels, although now he's moving out. Sunkens are almost finished morphing. Sunkens are almost finished morphing. He's going in, he's got 4 Sunkens, 1 is still only a creep. 2 more finishing up. They have finished up. Byul cannot go in. He's zoning Gensay back into his own base. Gensay placing overlords in interesting places at the moment. He cancelled another hatchery and went for a spire instead. He's switching into a different build order. Maybe he wanted to do a late game build order with lurkers, but he's going for Mutalisk Micro instead. Got an engineering beta on the way for Byul and barracks number 4 and a factory. Scanner also being built, getting triple gas. It's pretty gas heavy in my opinion. So nice line of Sunkens, and 20 drones against 25 SCVs. Range now on the way for Byul as well. Might scan soon. Scanned. Check the back. Think he saw the spire there. He knows he's gonna have to build turrets in the back, most likely. Or maybe he's just gonna rely on marine control and micro. He's got a Stargate there, starport there on the way. Which means we're gonna see an armory as well, because an armory is required for Valkyries, and Valkyries crap and shit all over Mutalisks. They are honestly the single best counter to Mutalisks. Goes in with a stim attack. That might be a couple too many Sunkens there though. There's a lot of Sunkens. The Marines here are taking real big damage. And now Byul might be shooting himself in the foot because he's losing almost his entire Marine army without really killing a single Sunken. The Sunkens are going to heal up. We've got Mutas on the way here for Gensay, and the fact that there's less Marines makes those Mutalisks way stronger. There's simply less damage to be taking for those Mutalisks with less Marines on the map. Byul building turrets as fast as he can. But Mutas are somewhat finished up, moving across the map. Slowly adding them to his control group. Let's follow the Mutalisks and see the micro on the man. Dancing back and forth there on the side. Got starport number 2 on the way there for Byul. He's getting a Valkyrie as well. Gensay on point with the micro, finds individual units on the side, mostly SCVs, trying to go into the backside there, but his turrets are zoning him away. Takes a lot of damage there from some multitasking, like he was building something back at home. And he leaves Byul's base. Byul has a Valkyrie almost finished up. There's a change the tide. Level 1 attack for air on the way and ground. Not going for level 1 tank attack, going for air attack first. Because that is going to make the biggest difference against Mutalisks. Got more hatcheries now being built there for Gensay. Getting a Hylas Den and Queen's Nest Hive is being morphed. The Mutas have not really achieved that much. I thought they would do more, but Byul is playing it really nicely. I do hope Gensay gets to find some Marines to kill. Very quick stim response there from Byul. Gonna try to kill, gets the Overlord kill. Does not supply block Gensay, but Gensay will need another Overlord for sure. The Mutas also took a lot of damage there from the Valkyrie Halo missiles. Scorch there hunting down the Valkyrie, but Valkyrie is safe behind the Marines. Now 43 SCVs. He's got a science facility and getting Stargate number... Stargate? It is a starport, sir. Sir, starport. It's starport. So 5 hatchers in the back, 1 in the front, getting a defiler mount. Spaced a little bit too far in the front here though. Got a pretty good amount of Sunkens, got 2 tanks. Getting more creep for more Sunkens. Getting a greater spire for Guardian Devourer. Mutas on the bottom side. Byul trying to push through the fastest he possibly can. Got vessels now being built. Got more Valkyries there in the back waiting. Evo Chamber now on the way for Gensay. Upgrades and spores. Another Overlord there taking some real damage but escapes. And Byul didn't notice that one. That's lucky. That's a little bit lucky. Losing another Overlord would kind of hurt. He needs more Sunkens. Marines pushing through now as well. Marines have level 1 attack, I believe. No armor. Medics are doing a great job. More Sunkens are morphing in the back. Tanks are too far away to really assist. More Sunkens. The Sunkens in the back might change this. They might not. Guardians are morphing. He's trying to take down some of the Valkyries with Scorch. Takes down 2. Getting more Scorch to take down the remaining 2. He's got vessels. A lot of vessels. And now the Guardians coming in to clean out that ground army. Scorch is ready to take down the Valkyries. Might take down some vessels as well. He's on the hunt. He's looking for more. He's thirsty and he's thirsting for blood. Wide into Marines though. That's a little bit unfortunate. More vessels are being built. He's not building Valkyries anymore. Might go for a radiate flyby very soon. Guardians are protecting the creep colonies that are turning into Sunkens to secure the front once again. We've got Consumer on the way for Gensay. Supply elite is not that massive, but we do have a 12 worker difference. Gensay mining gas from 6 or from 5. He's got 6 extractors. Radiate's coming down there on the Guardians. Got some great spores there, zoning them away. Not enough Sunkens here though, but the spores will protect against Valkyries, but there's no Valkyries this time around. Radiating all of the Guardians in the air that are trying to protect the Sunkens and the spores. Tanks are pushing forward very slowly. Well, the tank, not the tanks. Just the one single tank pushing forward slowly. We do have Valkyries on the way now from Byul. Still only on 1 factory, largely on Marine and Vessel, largely Starport and Barrack production. More Guardians morphing in the back, got some Lurkers morphing as well. Marines are pushing their way through the Sunkens. Gonna try to kill the Vessels as well. Gets most of them. That one is dancing on the side, gets taken down as well. The fighter there in the front running away, needs to consume on something. Getting chased down, Marines below the Guardians. The fighter burrows up, Lurkers in the front there, burrowing up, gets a scan down on the Lurkers. Byul is doing it. Byul is doing it. Gets a Lurker under the Dark Swarm. Burrowed up, so yeah, he's got some protection now. But Byul's supply lead keeps growing. Finds himself a nice little position on the top there to attack. Oh no, Dark Swarm backfires really badly, and now the Vessel's going for the drones. This game is over once again. Byul is just unbeatable in Zerg against Terran. You cannot defeat Byul's Terran with your Zerg. I don't think anyone can. On fast map, I think nobody can beat Byul's Terran against Zerg. It's just too damn good. And that's game number... Let me check. Number 23. Going in favor of Byul, once again, 13 wins. 9 wins for Gensay. 1 draw. 23 games so far. We're beyond the halfway point. And I hope that in the next video, we get to see a Zerg win again. We've only seen 1 Zerg win, 1 Zerg draw, and a lot of Zerg losses. But that is compensated by the fact we are seeing a lot of Protoss losses, which is something I do like. I do like the fact that Protoss is losing so many games. I like it. For once, Terran is looking overpowered, not Protoss. Anyway, thank you for watching. It was RJB for RJB TV. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the games, and I hope you will keep on enjoying more Gensay against Byul that will be coming up over the next couple of days. Got 4 or 5 more videos to go, depending on how long some of the replays are. If they're short, it should be 4. If they're long, it might be 5. It might even be 6. But I don't think games between these 2 players are going to be very long. So far, everything has been really short. It's either like 2 minutes or at most 23 minutes. But games between these 2 don't often go beyond 12 minutes. I think the average is actually around 10 minutes, which is kind of crazy. And it says a lot about how aggressive they are. Thanks for watching, and goodbye. See you next time.